Hey, it's Central Valley Real Estate and Home Improvement. I am your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is Lee and Theresa with EOC Street Saints.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
So who's the street saint besides me? No. Welcome back to the show, Lee.
Thank you.
Teresa, welcome back to
Come
the
back.
show.
Thank you.
Listen, last time you were here, we talked about something very important, and we're going to talk about it again today.
Okay,
And I want this word to get out even more
okay.
because we are working in a timeline.
We have a timeline,
And the timeline, how much time do we have left?
18 months.
Okay, we got, folks, pay attention. We got 18 months for you to avail yourself of what it is we're going to talk about. If you happen to be in what area?
And it's called the TCC area,
The
Transforming Climate Community.
Transforming Climate Community.
Mhm.
And that's, what zip is that in?
That's in 93706.
93706.
Yes,
West
sir.
side.
Okay, now, and that's in the west side now. Here's the deal, folks. If you're out there in that area, chances are you're probably in a home that's maybe even a little older than I am, and that's almost as old as dirt, but not quite. But the thing is, you could probably use some upgrades to make your home much more energy efficient.
Yes.
And Lee's going to tell us, and Theresa will probably tell him how to tell us. Well, she's pretty good at that. But going to tell us about this that is available to you, that if you wait, if you sit on your hands, it's going to go away. And it could save you a lot, make you much more comfortable, and all around, it's just good stuff. Did I cover that pretty good?
You did an excellent job.
All right. So, Lee, first off, tell us about EOC Street Saints.
EOC Street Saints came about because first Street Saints was an independent, standalone organization.
Uh-huh.
It was struggling, and so
Right.
EOC happened to recognize all the relationships we were building in so many different communities.
Right.
They couldn't do that,
Uh-huh.
so they chose us to kind of continue to do what we do. And
So
they-
you were doing the good stuff, reaching out, serving the community.
Yeah, absolutely. There
But,
you go.
you know, like
There
a
you
lot
go.
of nonprofits,
Yeah.
you know,
Struggled
each month, you had
financially.
more bill at the end of the month than you had.
more to pay than
Yeah.
you had. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
EOC, they reached out to you
They reached out.
because they saw, one, that you were doing a good job, two, that you were doing a good job, and three, you were doing a very
Great
good job.
job, yes.
And they said, you know, that's the kind of organization we want to partner with so that we can provide all this good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so all this good stuff.
Okay.
We're not talking popcorn poppers here, are
No,
we?
no.
What are we
no,
talking
We're talking
about?
good stuff. We're talking free solar, free weatherization, and we do other stuff also. Like we do after-school programs, and we do feedings, and we do toys for tots. We do a lot of different things.
Diaper giveaways.
Diaper
Diaper,
giveaway.
you know,
Yeah, and they
we'll
fund
talk
us.
after. No, I'm not going to go there.
And they fund
yeah,
us.
you senior diaper. No, never mind. But you provide a lot of things for the
A
community.
lot of things for the
Yes.
community, absolutely.
But specifically now, I'm going to talk about people living in the homes,
Okay.
the weatherization, the solar.
Yes.
Okay, in that weatherization, that's a nice big word, but what it means is that if your windows need to be sealed, they have ways of doing that. If your door is leaking or doors are leaking and cold air is coming in and you're trying to heat your house, they have ways of dealing with it. Do they, okay, through the solar and the weatherizing, what about, and I'm asking because I don't know, not
Okay.
because I'm trying to put you on the spot,
Okay.
but what about, you know, like if somebody's home heater is not up to snuff?
They help supply repairing the heater or replacing it. They help replace washing machines, refrigerators.
Yes. That's new.
Are you
conditioning.
hearing what he's saying?
Washer and
Okay.
dryer. We just got that
Washer and
information
dryer,
this week.
refrigerator. What about stoves?
Stoves too.
They check if
Absolutely.
everything's
Yeah,
working.
they check
Yeah.
to make sure
So all
it's
that,
wanna
all
make
that
sure
stuff,
totally
everything's in
functional.
compliance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's compliance. Yeah, and if it's not, then they replace it.
Yes.
you hear that? You working on that old stove that, you know, creaks every time you try to turn the knob on, or you're not sure that it's even going to heat up the water to the point where you can put your finger in, it's not ice, you know? Pay attention. This is available to you. It's available to you at the great cost of nothing.
Zero.
It is provided for you. I mean,
No catches.
You can't get it any better than that. Well, there is one cost. You got to get a hold of them. You got to sign up. You got to have someone come out and evaluate your home. You got to do that. You have to take that step, and then you can sit back and let the process unfold. Pretty much, right? Am I
Absolutely.
right on that?
Absolutely.
Yes, correct.
Teresa, tell me where I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
See,
They just have to fill out
I
an
knew to
application.
ask her because she would know. I'm not sure. No, Lise.
Yeah, that's income qualifications. She can explain.
Yeah.
That.
So, what else we got going on, Teresa?
Well, there is an application that needs to be filled out, of
Yep.
course. It is a state-funded program, and the grant is through the city, but it's based on income guidelines. So just 4 basic documents. One is the PG&E bill, the most current bill,
Okay,
ID and social for the person that's filling out the application,
right?
and income for the last 6 weeks, or basically a month.
Okay.
And the income has to be for all adults in the home.
Yeah, all adults living in that.
Yes, in the
at
same
that
home.
address. Okay.
And the owner of the home has to be the applicant.
Okay, I was going to ask you about
Yes.
that. So,
Yes.
all right, what if someone is renting a home and the owner of the home wants to take advantage? Is that available to them?
Unfortunately, no.
It's not. Okay.
Weatherization is.
Yes,
The
weatherization, yes.
Okay, so we
but
can
not
still.
solar.
Well, all right, but in that weatherization, is that the refrigerator and the
That's the
stove and that
benefits, all
stuff?
the
Yes.
benefits.
Okay,
yes.
so-
And weatherization is outside of that zip code.
Yeah.
It's all the
Yeah.
county,
Yeah,
Fresno
that's a good
County.
point.
Oh, it
Yeah.
Yes,
goes.
weather-
Yeah, it goes.
Oh,
yeah,
so we're not
yeah.
limited just to
No,
that.
not
zip-
for
weatherization's for
weatherization,
everyone in
yeah.
Fresno
So
County.
the solar is just to the zip code.
Just
Yes,
to the-
93706.
All right. Now that's solar. That's more than just a little battery charger, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's
It's the
covering
full
the roof with
the full thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I can basically eliminate or reduce my electric bill. Anything that
Substantially.
puts money in my pocket.
Yeah,
And
smart.
Yeah. PG&E's been good to us. Well, not, but actually they are participants in this program at some level, and
They
that's
are.
good.
They are.
They are, being more responsible to the people that they serve, and that's good. So that's good. And don't ask me more about PG&E. I like the idea of people becoming independent, though. The thing is, okay, we're talking about weatherizing a home.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about, in this one area, this one zip code, we're talking about putting solar on.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, you know what we're talking about? We're talking about quality of life.
That's what we're
and as
talking
we
about.
raise quality of life
Absolutely.
of the individuals that we serve,
Absolutely.
the people that in that family, like kids that are growing up, if they get acclimatized, is a big word for someone with
That's a
gray
good
hair,
word.
but so if they get acclimatized basically to living at a more comfortable, greater degree
It's a
of
teaching.
livingness,
It's
okay,
totally a teaching.
they're
Yes.
going to want to live that lifestyle.
Absolutely.
They don't want to go
Absolutely.
back
No, they won't.
and live in
Absolutely.
some place that it's got a lot of cold air blowing through it, and the refrigerator. It's not the iceman has to come and put ice in the
No,
top,
we
right?
don't wanna go back.
We want to have something better. We teach our young people to want to have something better. Guess what? They're going to strive to
They're
have
going to
something
strive.
better.
Right? You're teaching them.
Yeah,
You're
and,
teaching
and that's
them, yeah.
and so the benefits covers a lot of
Absolutely.
bases.
Several benefits.
And what's the zip code again for solar?
93706.
93706. So you get the weatherizing. I sound like I'm selling something, and I am. I'm selling
Yes.
your next step into living a more abundant and better life. Okay,
Energy efficient. Life.
706.
706.
706.
But if you
Solar.
are beyond that, you are potentially able to experience the weatherizing in your home. That's just awesome.
Better living.
Better living.
Better
On
living.
another note, there is a waiting list for the people that are not in our zip code. So
Okay.
we add them on a list, and there's going to be other grants or monies out there somewhere.
Uh-huh.
So we put them on a list, and then they'll reach out to them. So there is hope for the people that are not in our area as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're just bringing all sorts of goodness. How can I be Scrooge or grumpy? I told my cousin if Thanksgiving I was playing Grumpy Grandpa, right? It's hard to do that when I got good news like this.
Absolute
No,
good news.
that's great.
Absolute.
I'm real.
Good tidings,
Yeah.
as they say.
And how's everything else going?
Everything going real good.
Going good?
Everything
Okay.
going, yeah. We are welcoming our new police chief and trying to get immaculated, what we would been doing all the time, and so.
Now, I don't live down here. I know that the Chief Dyer had
Andrew
retired.
Hall, his name is.
Andrew Hall? Yeah.
Chief
What do you
Andrew
think?
Hall.
Got
He
good
got
hopes
a
for
great
him?
personality, and we met last week,
Yeah?
and he was a little late, and he come in apologizing. So I said that's a good sign. Come in apologizing loud, And the first thing he said, "Well, I heard there was rumors that you were getting rid of this organization called bringing broken neighborhoods back to life." He said, "You can dispel that myth. We're not. He said, I like what it's doing, and we're going to continue with it. We're going to support it."
All right, Lee. You're my main line to whether I'm going to approve this guy or not, right? Your word is
Okay.
solid here. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
You hear that, Chief? You make sure that Lee's happy. No, it's
Yeah, he's
it's
gonna
important
be
that we
good.
have a good working
Oh,
relationship
he
with
is.
law enforcement.
Absolutely.
But it's also important that law enforcement seeks to have a good
Absolutely.
relationship
You're very smart.
with the community.
You're very smart.
See, that's why I like you, Theresa. I wish you were as smart as he. No, no,
She's smarter.
Listen, you folks
smarter.
provide a great service far beyond just the weatherizing and stuff, like you said. Diapers for needy families and other things, food for some people in need, and pocket change for me
Toys
so
for
that I
tots.
can pay for my parking meter. No, toy. Are you doing toys for tots?
Tutoring
They're doing
kids
toys.
Yeah.
We're giving out
school.
toys for the children.
We're doing toys for tots.
Okay.
Yeah. Matter of fact,
And
about
tutoring?
people already tutoring. We do
Yeah.
tutoring in the after-school program.
I never passed math. Can I sign up for math? No, listen, again, talking about up-leveling our community, our neighborhood. Tutoring is another, kids. I had someone on earlier from Merced, I think it is. No, not Merced. Somewhere. Yeah. But she's a nonprofit, and they're raising money to work with kids age 13 through 18,
Okay.
or 19, that are not involved with sports or music
Okay.
or the activities. The idea being
That's
that
good. Yeah.
these kids, they get all the attention. The school funds,
Yeah, the
their
athletics,
activities
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Academics,
But the
yeah.
kids that are not part of that, they get kind of shunned aside.
They do, and they shy away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
to a
and
degree.
it's important that we look for
Can't
those
leave them
kids.
out.
Yeah, we consider them absolutely.
And so
in every way.
things like tutoring and helping them and stuff. Awesome. How'd you get involved? Did he hook you into this? How'd you get involved with this, Theresa?
They needed someone to do intake,
Yeah.
and it was experienced. And I worked for LIHEAP for 14 years, so I'm familiar with this
No.
area,
Application.
with the
Guru.
application process.
She's an application guru.
She's it, man. Got to come in, dot the I's, cross the
Yes,
T's, right?
So
yes.
they come and see me, and then I
Yeah.
go over the documents with them.
Yeah. She's very
Hear that?
considerate.
You
very
be nice to
considerate.
her.
Very
that's good.
considerate of you, and
But
she
you're
works
also a
hard for
resource
it.
for people that come in.
Yes, I do.
And that's awesome.
Yes.
All right, folks.
Hey.
Come on back.
Absolutely.
Don't let this time run out.
We won't.
Okay.
We won't.
We'll come back. We'll push this some more.
We won't, and we will.
Can we
be
give you our
putting it on.
location?
No.
Just to remind them again?
No. Where are you located?
Sunset Community Center at 1345 West Eden Avenue, 93706.
Now,
And we also have our applications online to the public under FresnoEOC.org, energy/solar.
You beat me to the. I was going to say, in today's
Bravo.
world, probably no one's going to show up at the address. They want to get a hold of. Okay, EOC.org. The application's there, right?
Yes.
But what else do you have online for people that want to find out? Maybe volunteer, maybe donate, right?
Everything
not
is
that you
located.
need.
Everything is located on that website. So they just go into programs, and then it gives them a breakdown. It could be
Awesome.
shelter, it could be
Yeah,
homes,
full curriculum.
shelter,
Yeah.
food, everything.
Yeah, we have a full curriculum of
Awesome.
activities. Yeah, and services.
In service.
Absolutely, online.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
And of course,
Street
our-
Saints.
Street Saints.
Yeah.
Street Saints.
First time I heard that, man, I thought it was a gang. No, that's awesome. You
Saints
guys,
on it, yeah.
you folks are really doing great work. Come on back. We'll talk more about it.
Okay, absolutely.
Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Theresa.
You're welcome.
Great job.
Take care.
Okay.
Pay attention. I'll see you when we come back.